answer to that hypothetical about like if your mom and your girlfriend or your wife switched bodies and you had to fuck one of them to get them to change back, which one would you do? It's the age-old question, isn't it? I mean, what's your answer? It's fine.
Sorry,
it's just
take your
Yeah,
time.
anyway, take your time.
Oh boy. Oof.
You fucking your mom and your wife's body or your wife and your mom's body, dude? Which one are you going for?
Wow, what a coin flip lose-lose
While
situation.
you think about it,
Damn.
while you think about it, I want to tell you that my answer was I told Will I would probably fuck my mom and my wife's body at gunpoint and tell her if she says a fucking word that I'm going to shoot her and then myself because I don't know if my psyche could take it. If
You have to make it a fake rape scenario.
I have to. My psyche would be like if my mother speaks a single word out of my wife's mouth. I can pretend if she doesn't say anything, even still, because she's gonna say something like,
"What if you don't know? What if it's just a Freaky Friday scenario and they tell you after the fact?"
What?
You're just
Wait,
your
in
mom
that case,
and your
why
wife's-
is my mom fucking me?
Your mom and your wife.
Because that's what the genie said. The genie said the only way we can swap you back, the only way I'll swap you back is...
No, what is the Freaky Friday situation in this? Are you saying like their
fortune
voices
cookie.
don't change?
Yeah, their voices don't change.
Okay. Still, I don't know if I don't know, man. It would just be, I am ready to end this.
So in his scenario, basically, your mom and your wife don't tell you, and then when you get home, your mom in your wife's body immediately tries to seduce you.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing. And then that was why my question was, why is my mom fucking me in that case? Why is she doing it?
Same reason we would have to choose to fuck one of them.
Yeah,
She's just trying to make the choice for us.
The fortune cookie...
By making it as less awkward as possible.
Yeah, the fortune cookie said the only way to swap them back was that... in the young body,
I'd shoot myself.
The mature must feel pleasure.
Yeah,
I'd shoot myself, dude.
What if this all happens and they don't tell you until after they switch back bodies?
I'd
you
shoot
fucked
myself.
your mom in
I'm
your
saying
wife's
I
body.
would be like, I'd be like, okay,
Goodbye,
well,
world.
Yeah, that is enough. I didn't know that was possible, and now that I do, I think I don't want to go on.
Just whip it out. Persona.
What's your answer, Eric? Which way you going?
Ugh. Oof. God damn. Why can't they just trick me like the second scenario?
No, you've all got to know.
I guess I'd have to go with my wife's brain because that's...
Eric's mom's hot confirmed.
Yeah, Eric's mom's hot confirmed. That's what I'm hearing.
Just like close your eyes and do it from behind or something.
No. That implies like similar body types.
No.
Because
No,
No,
that's not.
it's
No,
nothing.
They don't have similar body types.
Same with my wife and my mother. Just no, that'd be so different.
Yeah.
The shape of my mother's ass going into my pelvis, slapping into my pelvis, and the rhythmic, fleshy sound that makes. That would make
a picture here.
I'd be putting
Like
the gun
Will's having
in my
some
mouth
trouble.
in the middle. The moment I heard that sound, I would just be slowly loading the revolver. Like, I don't want to live in a world where I know that that's what that sound means.
He just bite his own tongue off.
It would become Pavlovian.
I'm sure it sounds the same
Look,
as like I've listened to so much
she's
porn
getting
over
into
the years.
Look, she's getting into
I
it.
feel like I could just turn my
Patrick,
brain
go
off.
down on me,
orgasm,
Patrick.
And be
Yeah,
done.
Patrick would bite his own tongue off.
No, you don't have to go down. You just have to do the deed. So I could just turn my
No,
brain off.
she's getting
and
into
fuck
it.
your mom with your girlfriend's,
something I could do.
with
I
your
could,
girlfriend's mind.
I could put some headphones on and just like watch porn on my cell phone. Or
I
something
don't
while I'm
think that's
fucking
gonna
my
help.
mom.
Both of you put on VR headsets.
Yeah, then just throw a blanket over.
Welcome to the AnythingCast, by the way. I'm Patrick.
And I'm the guy who just chose to fuck his own mom. Named Eric. But Will, you fucking your mom
you
or
okay?
your wife?
You fucking your mom or your girlfriend?
I'm Will, and I declare... I guess I'd do...
Your mom and your wife's / girlfriend's body, or your girlfriend / wife
I
and
think
your
I'm
mom's
with Patrick. I think I would just do my...
Girlfriend with your
body.
mom's body.
Is that what
Or
you
with your
said
mom's
you would
mind.
do, Patrick? Because you just complained about some weird scenarios. You
No,
didn't say
I
which
said
one you
I would do my wife's body with my mother's mind, because I can just, as long as she doesn't talk, as long as it's just silent sex, nobody talks and everything, I think I can pretend and break my own psyche enough to pretend that it's just my wife.
Or you can stop being a pussy and
I mean, I guess I would. I see the merit of what you're saying, but then in my mind, for the rest of both of our lives, my mom has to know exactly what fucking me is like.
Well, my mind goes to at least with like doing my
So your mom forever is gonna know exactly how your dick feels.
well, like
It's got to be a lot like my
Hold on.
dad's, right?
Is it?
My dad's dick and
Have
my
you ever
dick.
seen your?
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean,
and yeah, we are pretty similar. I definitely got my dad's penis.
You got a big old dick.
My dad has a massive dick. My dad's dick is massive when it's flaccid, which is weird.
She's gonna remember your younger dick. Though,
I know.
She's like, oh, that's what.
My dad's dick is like this big when he's flaccid.
Nice. And he's a grower.
Yeah,
not
and he's a
shower?
grower. It's impressive, really.
Wow.
My dad's penis is bigger than mine.
See how I got him to admit that he's also seen his dad's penis erect.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
that
You
little
gotta-
kiss on the
yeah.
mouth. So like my thought process is at least like there's no genetic similarity if you do your wife and girlfriend's body.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the
risk
physical
of pregnancy.
problem of incest. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Because I was thinking more about the psychological impact.
Oh no, I mean all sides of this are terrible.
Yeah.
There's no side of this where you're like, you know what isn't that bad about having to fuck my mom's body with my wife's brain in it? There's
The
really one
incest
part that just
aspect.
appeals.
I was trying to think about being
There's one part that really appeals to me, and it's trending on Pornhub.
No, I was trying to be like,
It's America's new
psychologically-
favorite category.
like psychologically like a gentleman, so to speak. So my wife just has to have sex with me. She can close her eyes and pretend she's in a different body or something, but like she doesn't have to live with the knowledge that I fucked my mom.
Eric,
Like,
many people
she
have
was
to.
the one who got fucked, because she was the one in the body.
Eric,
So she gets fucked. Whereas if it's my mom in my wife's body, my mom is the one who retains the memory of me fucking her.
I don't know.
Do you understand? Sorry. Go ahead.
fuck, what was I gonna say? I
can't tell
got
you,
too
dude. I have no
distracted
idea.
trying to get Eric's attention.
Something about incest, I'm sure.
Yeah,
No,
it is
it's
very
different.
popular.
Do you know how many men would pay to be in this situation?
No, I watch like the stepmom stuff.
Yeah, that
and,
would
like,
be.
the stepsister
There's probably
stuff,
a
like, there's
large
plenty
portion
that
of
that's nice.
the population on the planet.
Oh, yeah,
that
probably.
There's probably 1 million of them. There's probably 1 million dudes that would give you all the money they have to be put in this situation.
Okay, I feel like a lot of the people who are watching this porn are probably more like me, who are skimming across the front page and going, "Oh, that looks neat," and then it's like incest porn, and they get into it or whatever. But like, I don't. Incest porn is fine.
Are you
but I
admitting to
don't
watching
wanna
incest
fuck
porn right
my
now?
Mom,
He's admitting to watching incest
like the
porn right
things
now.
where it's just like
It's already popular.
Stepmom
Nobody cares.
incest
two hot
Nobody
people.
cares. It's already popular.
Oh, I don't care.
Samuel
None of
Jackson
them are
watches it.
actually related in the porno.
Would you
so it doesn't
pay to
matter
be
what
put
they
in that
say.
situation, Eric? Is that what I'm hearing? You're one of the guys. You're like, well, I don't know if it's that weird. There's plenty of us. As a
Eric
matter of
had
fact.
a lusty Argonian. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck
was-
any of my relatives, but like, as far as like the horny stepsister stuff or whatever on the pornos, yeah, that's hot.
Someone
But,
at my
like,
job,
I don't want to fuck any of my
admittedly-
stepsisters or my blood relatives.
Hold on. I want to know what Will's about to say.
What
Someone
were you
at my
saying?
job has admitted to me about fucking his stepsister.
My cousin fucked his stepsister.
I say that that's a little bit of a gray area. I don't think it's right, but I also don't think you're
I
really
don't give
doing
a
anything
shit.
particularly wrong
yeah.
either.
I don't give a shit. That's kind of
Especially
hot.
if you're not super close. Like,
yeah, like if you
You know.
guys became step siblings at 17.
I think if
Yeah.
you, I
And you're
think
just
if
like,
you're,
I'd say free game.
I
Yeah.
think if you're,
Like, I don't
if
see
you
any
live
problem
together
with that.
for multiple years before the relationship starts, that it's weird.
Like,
if
if
it was,
if you've been together since you were like, 6 or 7.
no,
Yeah, that's a little weird.
That's what I'm saying. Is if
That's
you had a
getting weird.
childhood together, weird.
yeah, I just realized
It's-
you're totally right. That
it's-
really matters.
I'd say it's still. It's weird, but I'm not
It's,
gonna like
I'm
go out
not
of my way
gonna
to
lock
stop
you up,
you or
know?
something, right? Like,
I'm not locking you up here. I'm just saying I'm gonna judge you just a bit.
Okay,
I'm
is
saying
it
you
worse or
probably
better
shouldn't.
if they're 17 or 28?
What do you mean?
Fucking if they're 28 when they become
when they
step-siblings?
become like their parents are super
that's
old,
that's
they get
basically
married.
nothing.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
basically
like-
nothing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, that's
So
like
it is
nothing.
directly
6 or
equivalent to
7 is
how
weird.
young
Yeah.
you were
17
when you
is
got
fine.
together.
Yeah,
Fine.
exactly.
And 25 is a non-issue.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
that point.
It's directly
Is it
equivalent.
still incest legally? Would the state still come after you?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
I
think so.
Nowadays, all incest laws are based off of blood and genetics because they're mostly just there for
The
human
1%
safety.
rule, I understand.
This is incest can be very
No, the 1% don't
physically
get
harmful.
arrested.
Dude, did I tell you that me and Kira, when we were getting married, we had to go get a blood quantum test to see if we were related, right?
Uh-huh.
We went up there and we were laughing at like the absurdity of the situation. We were sitting there laughing about it with the nurse and then with each other. And then Kira was getting her blood taken. And I was like, yeah, there's like no way we're related. We were telling that to the nurse. And then I was like, yeah, I mean, here's my mother's maiden name. Kira, what's your mother's maiden name? And she gave the exact same name.
You guys hadn't figured that
We
one
had
out
not
yet?
figured that out yet. And we just looked at each other like, oh, fuck.
That's hilarious.
We were literally getting married like the next day. And I was like, God
wow.
damn. Yeah, we are nowhere near related, thankfully. The names are spelled differently, but verbally they sound exactly the same.
It'd be funny if he
Hilarious.
said, like, it turns out that we share 50% of our bloodline, but we said, you know what?
Yeah.
We're already in this for the long
We got
haul.
the other
so.
50.
This is where I admit to incest on record.
Yo,
Put it on the podcast. Surely no one will ever dig that up.
speaking of
Turns
incest.
out we were half siblings. Who would have guessed it?
Speaking of incest, did you hear that Boogie 992998 has a girlfriend?
Why would that have anything to do with incest?
It has nothing to do with incest. But
Okay.
she's young. She's like 20, and he's like 50. So that's a
Wait,
little weird.
Boogie is
Gross.
50?
Yeah.
I mean,
There's no way
Yeah,
he's
he's
50.
50.
I've only
Yeah, he's
just
50,
recently
dude.
heard about him. He's
I
got
don't know.
just
He's got to be like 50. I'm pretty
the
sure.
story of him going
I think he's in
downhill.
his late 30s.
Nah.
Like, easy. Hold on. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up how old he is.
I remember someone talking about it on a
Oh
podcast.
my God, he is turning 50 this year.
I
Holy
heard somebody
shit.
talking to it. Yeah, so like people were like, while it's okay because she's an adult and consenting, it's weird because not only have you been proven to be a manipulative person, she can't even drink legally, man. Like,
Can you get so fat that people can't tell how old you are? Is that what
Apparently.
happened? That's impressive. That's
Well, yeah,
that's actual science right there.
Yeah, because you don't get the wrinkles as quickly because your face keeps expanding.
I
Yeah.
think it depends on how fat you are, right?
Now, if he were to start to lose weight, he would start to age quicker.
Like butter.
I mean, he might live longer, but he would look older.
How quick do you think butter ages?
I mean,
What's a year in butter time?
About 11 months too late. Butter doesn't last super long, I don't think.
I don't know. I like butter at room temperature. I have a butter tray.
I actually do that sometimes too. My wife is against it, but I like room temperature
I
butter
don't
because
get
you can
why
spread
would
it
you be
onto
against.
bread.
I don't get why anybody would be against it. It makes it
It
so
doesn't
much.
last as long out there, but
No,
when it's
it
all
lasts
soft, you
fine.
use it
Yeah,
quicker.
it's fine.
So it's like, it just depends on how often you use butter, really. I would say leaving it out like no more than like 3 days to a week or something like that.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Warm Butter Podcast. I'm Patrick, and it sounds like everybody on this podcast leaves their butter out so it can get warm. This isn't a conversation that I thought would be the topic of an entire podcast, but
Yeah.
to be perfectly honest with you, goddamn, warm butter is so good.
It's so much
love
better.
spread
Yes.
cold butter.
It's
There's
so much-
it tears the bread.
Yeah,
Why the fuck do people make it cold and then try to spread it on toast? It doesn't fucking work. You're
And you can-
supposed to leave it out.
And if
Yes.
you put it in the microwave or something, it always turns half into liquid and then half
Exactly.
into like
Oh,
usable
God,
butter.
yes. That's
Yeah, the
worst.
center's still fucking frozen.
And now it's
Right.
hot and it burns.
Yeah, absolutely. People are fucking stupid. Warm butter is like the objectively
Room
best way
temperature
to
butter
Yeah.
is
superior.
objectively
superior. People are like, oh, it's gonna mold, and I'm like, yes, bitch, everything molds
If
if
you
I
leave
leave
it out for
long.
2 weeks, dumbass.
So will
Yeah.
a fucking apple. What do you want from me?
So you imagine, okay,
Time passes, things age, big water wet. Tell me more at 6, Karen.
This is you screaming
Every
at your
time I
mother.
go to, like-
That's the energy you take to your mother when she's stuck in your girlfriend's body.
Well, yeah.
And you're trying to get her to have sex with you, but she doesn't want to do it, even if it means that her body will go back to normal.
I
She
would-
says,
I wouldn't do it
remember
if
to
she didn't
leave
wanna
the
do it."
butter out, honey, so it's easy to make the cookie dough tomorrow morning.
If she doesn't consent, I just go do my
Now
girlfriend
finish pumping
in my
this
mom's
out.
body. I mean, so one of them's gonna consent.
Will you be able to give up 30 years of your life in exchange for allowing a stranger to not die?
Nope.
Nope.
It's just, you know what?
I'm all about
Me
saving
either.
people. If I have a, I'm all
know
about
them.
saving people if I have a chance or something like that. But it's me first, and
Yeah, fuck that
Yeah.
guy, honestly.
then like all my friends
Sorry, I
and
don't
family,
know
and
you.
then like every other like innocent person on earth that I haven't met who hasn't wronged me,
Yeah.
and then
There's a chance it's
then
Jeff
there's a couple-
Bezos, and I don't want to save Jeff Bezos.
What if
yeah,
it's
there's
a
a couple
child?
people I wouldn't pull out of a fiery wreck, who live on this world.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, I'm very unlikely to come across them.
What
in
if
that
it's a child?
situation,
What
so-
if it is definitely 100%? It's not even a stranger. You know it's a stranger, and they're like a child, say at least 11 and younger.
That's some bad luck, child. Oof. I hate that your Make-A-Wish Foundation did not come true.
hey, bro. At least your chances of getting into heaven are way higher.
You know I know where I'm going when I die. Let me just start right now.
Vast
There's no
majority
way.
of religions on earth are so in your favor right now because you're young and innocent. Man,
The same cannot be said for me, child. Let me tell you
I
right
still have a
now.
lot of this to figure out, and maybe some repenting to do. I'm
Yeah.
not sure yet. I'm not sure what's really solid in that
I have
world.
ruined the lives of so many of your kind in my short time here on Earth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we doing this from the perspective of Jared Fogle?
I was going to say a Catholic priest.
Yeah, there's so many answers to that bid, isn't there? There's
Sorry.
so many of them.
Oh yeah,
It could be anybody, just any rich guy.
good
Just
old
pick a rich guy.
The youth pastor.
Pick a famous YouTuber. There's like a 1 out of 10 chance that you.
Oh my God, you're so
on that,
right.
too.
Yeah.
Even if we don't know it yet.
How weird is it? In the last 10 years, there's been so many people get famous, and then they get famous for a month or two, and then the receipt comes out.
And
It's
then
like
they just
they
immediately
diddle
rape a
children.
child.
Yeah, it's like they rape children. It's like
Yeah.
why did they become famous?
Yep. Which
Because
mask?
children like their videos. Oh shit!
Something about getting a lot of power and influence over children. It leads to a lot of predators. It turns out.
It's just like, hey, I got a lot of 13-year-old fans, and one day I just thought I'd be the worst kind of criminal.
If you had to replace your face with a famous mask, and permanently, and you have to choose one, which one are you choosing?
It
Maybe
has to
like
be-
a
wait,
mask
wait.
of a famous person.
No, a famous mask,
Oh.
in media. Your head's changing to that
Okay.
mask
Hold on, I gotta think
permanently.
About it. I gotta think
Oof.
about it.
It's a good one. Hold on.
I think I'm going with Majora's Mask.
I'm going with the mask from Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That might be better than because then you can run around saying that you're immortal. He just
Yeah.
be a douchebag. Wait, does he talk in your version?
And that song that plays when he's around follows.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, those were good answers.
I like to imagine it floats on the body. You know?
Majora's Mask is scary. That guy's not that scary.
Yeah, that guy's chill.
Yeah, he said it cannot be. Uka Uka is set free. Is that what he says?
I don't remember.
I think so. I think it's what he says.
I don't want to start saying shit. Just come out racist. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
The inner weeb in me wants that old Hanya mask.
Really?
Yeah, I always liked those things.
What
They
about the
look nice and
Akatsuki
creepy.
mask?
That's just a cloth across
Not the
face.
cloth.
They
No,
got the
fuck.
hat.
I'm an idiot.
bleach
What's his
mask.
name? No. The
So,
guy. Toby.
10,000
What about Toby's mask? Where it's
Toby
just
Rama's
yeah,
mask,
an eye.
he's-
It's just a
that's-
swirl
that's
with
pretty
an
cool.
eye.
$10,000, but your mask is the Bleach Soul Society mask.
The Soul Society mask? You mean the
visored mask?
No, well, wait,
The
don't
hollow
Society-
mask?
Yeah, the hollow mask.
The hollow mask? Yeah,
Yeah.
the visored mask.
Hollow masks are okay. Wait,
That would
what
be
was what was the
too scary.
trade-off?
People would $10,000. I think he said.
yeah,
But it has to be a hollow mask my entire life.
yeah.
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 $10,000
You get,
ain't a lot of
bonus-
money.
I don't know. I was kind of thinking about trying to look cool with my Hanya mask.
It's like the reward for getting the surgery.
What about the Jason mask? Would you go with the Jason mask, Will?
Oh,
You
that's just
could,
kinda
but it's like
lame.
for my entire life.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
What are you going with? You haven't said one yet.
I have.
Did you?
Yeah.
Which one did you say?
Yeah,
What
he
did
said
I
it was a
say?
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot mask. That's
Aku
right.
Aku.
Fuck.
He wants Aku Aku.
Then it's
as
you
his
who
face.
hasn't said your answer.
No, I said a Hanya mask, but I said I was
Yeah.
timid about
And
it.
who?
Yeah,
knows?
you said you were kind of like iffy.
knows what a
on you
Hanya
said.
I'm
is.
trying to think of more
Ooh.
famous masks. That's
What
part
about
of the reason why I'm having
Phantom of the
Spirited
Opera?
Away? Spirited Away guy.
Haku.
Yeah.
Haku's
Is that
mask.
his name?
Oh, you mean
That's
no
actually
face?
a
No face.
That's
Yeah.
actually a no mask.
Yeah.
An NOH mask.
What's that
that's
mean?
That's from Japanese theater.
Yeah, it's like a real thing.
It's
that
it's
mean?
much like the Hanya mask. It's part of a character.
He doesn't know what a
that's,
Hanya mask is either. He said it earlier.
Oh well, they all come from Japanese theater. They
Explain
wear
it
them.
for Patrick's sake.
Yeah,
It's-
it's funny for my sake. I don't know what it is.
Well, quite frankly, it's similar to Commedia dell'arte.
Yes.
What's that?
It's improv.
Oh, okay.
What it is, though, it's improv where Commedia dell'arte is just an old Italian version of the same idea. But the Japanese and the Italians,
There you go, Will.
both did a thing. That's the Hanya mask,
Oh, it's a little Oni mask.
kinda. But it's not an oni. But
that would be scary for your wife.
the
Also, how are you
idea
going to eat
is-
pussy with that thing?
Carefully.
It's got a good tongue. But anyway, I just leave out the teeth. But
She'd gore
the
with the
idea
horns.
is there's a set amount of masks, and all the masks represent a certain stereotype character. So like. He's the lone warrior. He's the mourning mother, or
Oh,
something
okay.
like that.
Yeah,
And so
okay.
the actors always wear the masks, but it's improv. But due to who's got what mask on, the audience knows what characters they're supposed to be. So like an acting trope will have like multiple
Oh,
performances.
they just make it really obvious.
Yeah, their
basically.
archetype.
They're
The
archetypes.
mask
They're all
gives away their
character
archetype
archetypes.
for their
Oh, okay.
improv.
Okay.
And then that way they could do a bunch of shows in a village or whatever, and they could even like, because they're improving, they could have like a continuous story and say,
Right.
oh, and today the great warrior came up and challenged the great mountain oni, and like today he saved the great princess. And
So
they
you're
got
going with a
married.
Hanya mask out of all of them, though?
No, well that's the thing is I'm trying to think of more masks. More masks that are cool or interesting or something.
Like I said, Phantom of the Opera mask?
No.
Again, it's
Gay.
too trite, cliched. It's just not enough.
At least you can still see half your face, though.
yeah. I mean, my
like-
wife would like that one.
Yeah.
better.
You could, like, actually see your
That's
face.
for
It's
damn
true.
sure.
If you have a girlfriend or wife, they would like that better.
Dude,
Yeah,
my
that would
answer is
probably
Majora's
be high
mask.
on your wife.
Imagine my wife trying to fuck the Majora's Mask head guy. That wouldn't go anywhere.
That's not going to give you any mouth action.
No.
That's like an inch or two of wood between your mouth and the mouth of the mask.
What about those horse heads masks?
Well, that would certainly be funnier, but I don't think that would solve my wife problem.
You don't think
just
your
be
wife
a-
would think it would be really funny to get fucked by the horse head
I
mask?
mean, she
You'd
might
just
think
be
it's
a
really
sentient
funny
horse.
once or twice, but as far as spending the rest of her life being fucked by a guy with a horse mask on,
does
I
it
don't
still
think she'd be down.
flop back and forth on the front?
Well, it
What
would
if you had
have
like
to.
the
Yeah,
Hotline Miami mask?
The hotline, like the
I'm not
chicken
familiar with
mask?
that.
Yeah.
It's just a chicken head. It's
Oh,
just,
like
a,
the one Metal
Or
Gear,
they got the other mask too.
Metal Gear Solid 5. Or
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's like a
chicken head.
full head that looks
Show
like
them a picture of the Hotline Miami mask.
Okay.
Patrick,
Okay.
put up a picture of the Hotline Miami mask.
It's really cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and still say no because I don't want to look like a giant chicken either.
Or you don't want to be a giant cock?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, okay. Now
Why
you're
wouldn't we-
rephrasing it. I need to rethink.
It's that one on the left.
No,
Like,
it's the
it
one
just-
on the right.
The one on the right. Sorry. Yeah.
I kind of figured it was the one with the chicken mask.
Yeah.
Patrick, when you edit this, when Patrick says the one on the left,
Yeah, no,
point,
I got
point
it,
a
I
red
got
arrow
it.
to the left, and then swap it to me being you're correct.
Yeah.
What are some cool fucking masks? Damn it. I know that there's more
Are you
masks
jealous?
out
Are you
there.
jealous? I know more masks than you.
I mean, I know that mask. I just wouldn't want to wear it for the rest of my life. Sounds awful.
Oh, what about the Goosebumps mask? Do you
No.
remember that episode of Goosebumps?
The
Yeah, where the mask
haunted
starts
mask.
like
Yeah.
slowly
That
turning
was-
into her actual
I think
face.
that was one of my favorite.
I've never
episodes.
That was
seen
a good
it.
one. That was
I've
a
never
creepy
seen
one.
it. I didn't watch much Goosebumps. I was too scared.
I can never remember what was Goosebumps and what was Are You Afraid of the Dark because they were both produced in Canada and had like the same production values.
I remember Are You
Goosebumps
Afraid of
was
Dark
easy
being...
because the beginning was
Well, yeah, I can't remember the stories though. Like if I were to watch the episode, yeah, I would fucking know. If it comes with the intro in my memories, then I would know.
Dude, the
But all
intro
I
to Are
remember
You
is
Afraid of the Dark scared the shit out of me.
I liked the intro to Are You Afraid
Scared
of
me.
the Dark? Dude, it's
The
very
little
appropriately
doll
scary.
I
that
love
was
the
blowing back and forth.
The Goosebumps intro is one that I love that one.
That one's
They're
really
both
funny.
good. They were both good shows.
shows.
Yeah, they were both good shows though.
If your eyes can only see a single color for the rest of your life, which one would you want it to be?
pink.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn.
Well, I know right where to go.
I'm guessing I would
I'm
go
a
with
happily married
yellow
man.
or red
Why?
because those are like the danger like signs are yellow and red. So I feel like you're very likely to notice like orange and yellow.
Slightly more practical, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Rose tinted.
Just rose tinted. Rose tinted. That's not a color, Will.
Yeah, but roses. Rose red. I
So
guess.
rose pink. You're
Yeah,
saying
rose
pink.
pink.
So you're saying pink, just like
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, but rose pink specifically.
Why?
Because you gotta look at everything with the rose tinted glasses.
Okay. Nice. Very good. Very good. Patrick, put in the rim shot. Just go ahead and put it in.
Yeah. Anyway,
Another one.
Let's see.
put it over my badunch.
Keep doing it. Every time Eric badunch, put the badunch on it.
What would you choose if you had the option of living for 70 years or being incredibly happy, or living forever and being unhappy?
I mean, I guess I'd be incredibly happy. In life, just the pursuit of pleasure.
I think I'm going with living forever because I'm already unhappy. I mean, what are you gonna do? Nothing changes except for I become immortal.
Yeah, but
Are they just trying to be poetic, or are you like consistently unhappy at all times?
Like you're
regardless of what you're
clinically,
doing?
chemically depressed.
Like, I mean,
Like somebody injected you with sad juice.
you can never be happy again for
you can
any
never,
reason.
Yeah, for any reason. You're just injected with sad juice and
Well, that's just
nothing.
hell.
Yeah, that's just hell.
Yeah, I mean,
just hell.
that's like,
Would you rather be in hell or be alive for 70 years? That's the real question right here, folks.
guess
Patrick,
I'd
put in
rather be
another
alive
rim
for
shot.
70 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to be immortal. Like, I'd totally down with that.
You and I are both the type of guys who's like, yeah, turn me into a vampire.
Yeah,
That sounds
I'd be
fucking
okay.
You don't think I'd
awesome.
want to be immortal?
You've said
I'd be fine
before
with
that
being
you would
immortal,
not
yeah.
take the vampire deal. You've said before you were like, maybe if it was werewolf.
Yeah.
I could get a lot done in forever.
Because vampires are gay.
Yeah, same. I'm with Eric. I can get a lot done in forever. Like, and only at night. I mean, you have to kill people, but like so do soldiers.
If you get offered to have your brain scanned for like to be put in the future, would you do it?
God no. Fuck no. Can you imagine?
Why not?
I would,
That seems so against you. You said you were a transhumanist.
because I
That's like
think
a
that I would
version of
just
immortality
be.
almost.
I would be. The idea of a computer having my personality scares the shit out of me inherently already, because that implies that I'm no better than a bunch of machine parts and ones and zeros effectively, which is a thing that is true because we're neuron synapses over and over firing off in our brain.
We do exist in a physical space.
Yeah, and in a
so-
binary space. So eventually,
fact,
at some point, we do come down to zeros and ones. However, that concept scares the shit out of me.
Fun fact is a hot thought, like us perceiving thought, also that are also just chemicals and electricity firing in neurons.
That is all it
a
is.
very hotly
As far as
debated
we can
topic. Like
tell,
we
yes.
we were talking about like what topic we have just entered into is essentially on the precipice of the abyss that is that field of science.
Oh,
that,
brain science is just
like
starting.
we are discussing like a hotly debated topic.
You know what it is?
Well,
it's
honestly-
that implies I don't have a soul.
Yeah.
That implies that like
guess,
there's
yeah.
nothing in me or about me that is especially perfect and good to the point to where they can't just recreate it.
Well,
Which
we might
implies
not.
that I don't have a soul. Yes, which is scary.
It's not that
I don't.
scary. It just means when we die, we just go to sleep forever.
Yes, which is also terrifying.
What do you think's
I
more
mean,
I'm
terrifying?
the
I'd
guy who
rather-
would take the vampire thing.
And
I
sure,
would
me
like
too.
to be immortal.
It's just one. I mean, it's inevitable. I'm gonna do what I can to avoid it for a reasonable period of time.
I have a good hypothetical.
But like,
This
you
is
know,
still a good hypothetical, Will.
Hold on, I got compare like it's related to this.
I know I'm
Okay.
gonna die, and I'm okay with it. I don't want to do it anytime soon.
And
but
feel free to
what's your
answer this one in the
hypothetical?
comments.
Yeah.
Would you when you die, would you rather it be like nothing, or would you rather still have thought?
Is it
Depends on what the fuck what happens afterwards.
Yeah,
if
it
I'm
really
going to
depends
hell,
on what happens
I'd rather
afterwards.
it be nothing. If I'm
No,
going
no,
to
you don't have
somewhere
hell. It's
nice
just
or
just
more
like
neutral,
it's just
then
like
I'm
you
fine
have
with
thought.
it.
You know, it's
You're
just
saying-
Like I'm
you're
stuck
just-
in my body still, and
like,
I have thought.
Yeah, you can't see anything. It's just you're in a neutral, like wavy abyss. Basically,
Oh, you're saying
you
I'm
have
still
consciousness.
I'm conscious and under the ground.
I can't feel my body or anything.
Yeah, you can't feel your body. You're just
not
like wavy
feeling
abyss,
myself
but you have
rot.
conscious thoughts.
What you're basically effectively saying is purgatory.
Yeah, I guess.
So
You're
my soul
stuck in a
just
black
sits
void.
there.
Yeah.
You're stuck in a black void and you can think, but it's either that or nothing.
Either that or nothing.
I will take nothing.
You'll take nothing?
I will take nothing.
I think I'd take purgatory.
I do not think that I don't know if the brain is capable of it, but I think eventually you would just create your own
Yeah, you create your own universe.
your own reality.
Yeah.
You would become the god of your own universe.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, but it would also be that's a
What if-
terrifying concept.
It would happen after you drive yourself insane over and over again with no brain to snap.
Yes. Yeah, you would eventually have to become God. You would become what is effectively, you know what? That's
how universes are created.
Well, that's kind of the backstory of the God and the RPG we're playing in the
Oh,
setting.
interesting.
The Dreamer. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of combining
What about-
some Cthulhu-esque stuff here. That's actually a neat idea for a backstory for your own universe.
What about you, Eric?
What do I?
You take
what
in
was the question?
nothing or blank void with thought.
Right. Ugh. God, I'm actually kind of 50-50 on that one. I'm really not sure. That's I feel a little neutral on it almost. I'm not really sure which one.
I don't know. The
'Cause
black
I
void with
wonder-
thought scares the shit out of me. I
Because
hate
if it had the potential to eventually evolve into something else, then it feels
I think
like
once you get
there's
done
hope.
freaking out, you can deal with it.
Yeah, like I feel like because right now I'm made of hormones that make me like panic and stuff like that,
Yeah,
as a
you wouldn't be
response
mad
to
at
like
that.
potential threats. If I knew that there was no possibility for all of forever that I could ever be threatened by anything, eventually my brain would whatever consciousness I have, because it wouldn't be my brain anymore. I wouldn't be a slave to my various juices, I guess,
Guys,
anymore at that point.
you spend 15 years like that in absolute silence, just thought, and then all of a sudden you hear somebody walking behind you,
Oh my god, that reminds me of this.
and you can't turn around.
Oh!
They're just
Speaking-
making a shitload of noise, and you're just in blackness, and you're like, "What the? Oh my god, I'm not alone."
Have I been blindfolded somewhere this entire time?
Yeah, you would immediately start that would break you hard.
That would break your
Imagine
heart.
if you spent 15 years like that, and then they pulled you out of the simulation.
Or
And they
The
said,
Matrix.
And they said, "How was the vacation?"
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What did you see?
You've just been injected in a black void.
Oh,
for
that
15 years?
reminds me of this little short story where they had effectively invented teleportation, right? But to do it, you had to be put to sleep because it was reasons.
Okay.
Well, this family was going to vacation on the moon, right? And they got in a little pod to teleport. Well, they gave everyone the pill or the shot, I think. No, it was a pill to swallow. Well, the shithead kid didn't swallow the pill. Well, when they teleport, his consciousness spins. I think it was like a billion years or something like that in the span of a second, right?
Oh yeah.
Like one of those
like
kind of things.
Time
Fantastic.
dilation.
Yeah.
What's
So-
it? The folds in time and stuff.
Yeah, and I can't quite remember the beginning, but he essentially asked his dad, what happens if you don't go to sleep, and his dad's like, you don't want to know. You know what I mean?
And his dad has done it before.
Yeah, no, his dad was like one of the researchers who had worked on this.
I like that implies that kind of everybody in this setting has done that at least once because they were a shithead kid.
Well, so the reason you don't think that is when they finally do come back, even though it's only been a second. The son freaks out, of course.
Yeah.
And as he's been taken away on a stretcher, he's just looking at his dad, shouting something like, "No, I know.
That sounds like shitty creepypasta to end it that way, doesn't it?
Or really old Twilight Zone almost.
Yeah, it's very
yeah.
Twilight Zone. Or what's that book where it had a collection of stories, and then one of the most famous stories was the woman who's riding on the back road, and there's a truck behind her who keeps putting on his flashers, and he follows her all the way home.
Oh yeah.
This is in a book.
Yeah.
That's in a book. I've heard that story a million times. He wasn't following her because he was trying to hurt her. He was following her
Because there was a killer in the
back
back.
of
Yeah,
her car.
that was in a book.
Yeah.
I have no
The
idea.
cover
what
was
you're
a dead body with spiders coming out of it.
I have no idea, dude.
Wait,
what the fuck
that
is this?
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark or whatever?
maybe.
That one that they made a movie out of just recently where it's a bunch
I
of
don't know about
vignettes.
that. Maybe.
It's got a whole bunch of really creepy artwork in it.
Maybe. Yes.
Hold on, let me pull up a picture of it. Because
Did you see that Leo and the live action of Leo and Stitch got canceled?
I wasn't aware that they were making one.
Yeah, well, it got canceled.
Huh.
Would you rather live for another 80 years and never leave your house, or live for another 10 years and be free to go wherever you want?
Oh, bro, I'm a hermit. 80
Yeah,
years
I'll take the 80 years. Why not?
Also,
80
I'd be
years.
breaking
I'll
records.
become like a fixer for the cyberpunk dystopia.
You'd get really into VR.
Yeah.
You'd go straight into building your own Sword Art Online.
Look, if what's her name? Iron Mouse? Is that the VTuber?
The VTuber, yeah.
Yeah, if Iron Mouse can do it, surely I can do it.
If every guy who played World of Warcraft when it came out
for
can
sure.
do it,
Yeah, I'll
do
get
it.
into WoW. I'll
Yeah.
finally get into WoW.
Yeah, you'd get hard into WoW. You'd be the #1 WoW player.
I've never played WoW.
You've never played WoW?
I'm too cheap to buy a subscription.
You can get you can play it for free up to
Yeah,
level like
that's
30.
the one.
Yep, scary stories to tell in the dark.
Oh yeah, I do recognize that.
Yeah, it had some stupidly creepy artwork. They made a lackluster movie about it a couple years ago.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
You can play WoW for free up to level 30.
Really?
Yes.
Sounds gay.
And you have been able to for like 10 years.
Big whoop, level 30.
Yeah,
I'm just
after I
saying
got to, like,
it only
60,
goes
I
to
just
60
kinda-
by default. And then nowadays I think it goes to 120, but still.
Well, they've had like 10
A million
expansions.
expansions.
And they usually add 10 levels for
Yeah.
every expansion, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I think they've had 6 expansions.
They've had so many expansions
Anyways,
that there's
I don't
normal
know.
WoW.
I wouldn't give-
And then there's a completely different server that just has vanilla WoW on it.
Oh
with,
yeah, Vanilla Classic.
Yeah, with
is
like
what they call it.
All the bug fixes, but none of the updates.
I don't know. I also can't stomach giving Blizzard money, so
Yeah,
That's-
it's not a good idea to give Blizzard money.
I do miss the good old days of Blizzard where it was
I miss when
Diablo 2,
literally any
StarCraft
company
1.
gave a shit.
Warcraft 3 and
I kind of
World
want to
of
know if Will
Warcraft.
knows the answer to this. Will, would you know what to do if you were on vacation and lost your passport?
Do you just go up to the person at the airport and you're like, "Hey, I lost my passport"?
I don't think so. I think they'd say, "Well, that sucks for you. I work at an airport."
Could
They're
you
not a
direct me-
professional or anything.
Could you? They're not,
I would just keep going up the ladder until I found
Yeah,
someone
can
who
I
knew what
speak
to
to
do.
your manager?
Yeah. You just go up there.
It's like, this is the only place I know where people need passports is at airports, so surely somebody
Oh, I
fucking
have
here
to go.
must know
I
what
have
to
to
do.
go to the embassy.
There
Okay,
you
can
go.
you point
there
me
you
that
go.
way?
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
okay, yeah,
you have to go
thanks.
to your national embassy.
Yikes.
See, at first I'd have a small freak out, and then the manager would be like, "Go to the embassy, bro." And I'd
Yeah.
be like, "What's the? Can you
What
tell
the
me,
fuck is an embassy, you'd
Can you-
say?
thank God.
Can you tell me which way that is?"
Just thought about that because I'm going to Jamaica later. I was like, oh, thank God. Jamaica's not very big.
No,
Like,
Jamaica's not that big.
Even if it would suck balls, I could technically, walk.
Yeah, you're in rural Russia, and you have to get to the embassy in Moscow.
Hey, speaking of
yeah,
Jamaica,
that one.
yeah,
That's a
just
no-go.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
One side Jamaica to the other, that's going to suck.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
But, they have roads.
Oh, dude, the
so
worst
I'll
one?
just walk on the side of the road until I get to the proper
I just
city or
realized the
whatever.
worst one would easily be Australia. If you got stuck in
Ooh.
Australia and you had to go to the other side of Australia,
Eh.
did you know that it takes 48 hours to get from one side of Australia to the other? And that's only because the industry is so bad. Like, the roads there are so bad that 95% of the country is desert.
smaller than I thought.
Well,
it
the
was.
desert's all in the center, too, so
Yes.
you can't cut across. You have to go
can't cut
around
across.
every
Australia
time.
is a little smaller than I thought.
You think so? It's really big.
Well, yeah, it takes like multiple
dude,
weeks to get like.
You
or-
can drive from one side
can
of the
drive
United States to the other in
in
a
about
day
48
or two.
hours.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you
it's
can
not
drive
that
from New
bad.
York
We
to
have really
Seattle.
you can go like 70-ish miles per hour the entire way, and it's not that.
I thought it took like a week.
No, that's like if you were on a bike.
If you were making stops and seeing stuff, but if your only purpose was to get from let's say fucking New York to San Diego,
New York to Seattle takes 42 hours.
there you go.
Okay.
That's literally
The
opposite
length
sides.
of the United
Okay,
States.
fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, 48 hours.
In
I mean,
fairness,
Australia.
I don't have a good sense of
Scale.
direction or scale. So
Driving
that-
through the fucking desert there. People don't. If you live there, Australians do not drive from one side of Australia to the other because it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Because it's so goddamn hot and there's nothing for hundreds of miles sometimes.
one pub.
Yeah. No, pretty much. The cold one's one pub
Yeah.
joke. And so people will fly in Australia. It takes 4 hours to fly from one side of Australia to the other.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, people will do it. That's just how they do it. Yeah, it probably is. Going by boat would probably be even safe.
Yeah.
Too many sharks.
It'd be more timely. That sharks don't generally hurt people in boats.
Now, what do you know? You ever been to a boat in Australia?
No, but I
All right.
know how fish work.
It would take 914 hours to walk from New York to Seattle.
It would
Fish-
take how much
fish very
time?
rarely.
914 hours.
How long is that?
How long is that? That's
Well,
200 days.
914
It's about
divided
four-
by 7.
yeah, it's about 40 days. It's
Okay.
a little bit over 40 days. It's a fucked amount
I'm
of time.
glad you
is
knew
what,
what
it
I
is.
meant when I said how long is that.
I knew what you meant.
Why did I say
You said you
7?
had a bad sense of scale.
Why did I say 7? Divide by 24.
It would
There we
take
go.
271 hours on a bike, which is about 10, maybe 12 days.
That's 38.08.
So it'd take you about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, to walk
A
from
month
the
and
one
a
side to
couple
the other.
days, like
Month and
38.
a week.
A month and a week, yeah.
Takes 2 days by train and 42 hours by car.
By train.
Yeah.
Like we have any fucking train.
That's what it is. Our
There
our
are trains
train
that
industry.
go from here to there.
Yes, but our train industry is so
Like,
bad.
What, 2?
Every train in America
Probably.
goes to Chicago, and then it has to move from Chicago to somewhere else. Like if you go from Mississippi, let's say we go from Mississippi to California, we have to go up into Chicago. We have to go to Memphis, get on a train, drive right up to Chicago, and then down diagonally to California. That's the
Yeah.
only way. You cannot
Well,
go straight.
It's kind of the same, to be completely fair, especially in the modern age, it's kind of the same argument against like
it is ridiculous. though.
flat earthers. Because flat earthers say like, oh, look, as you can see from these plane charts, no planes go from like,
Oh my God,
Mississippi,
yeah,
like
fucking
straight to
that shit.
Antarctica or anything
is that
like
a thing? That's
they
an
always,
argument
like,
they make?
bounce around to different
Yeah,
like airports
it
because
is.
you can't really go around the world. It's like, no, motherfucker, no idiot is trying to fly a plane like all the way around the world because there's no market.
Yeah. Also, why would somebody
Planes-
fly over Antarctica? Can you imagine being the idiot who's like, yeah, we'll just chart over Antarctica. If the plane crashes, who fucking nothing for 700 miles.
See, here's
Suck
the
my
biggest
dick,
problem.
dude.
The only point in doing such a thing would be to prove that the Earth is round.
Pretty much.
Here's the problem with the flat earthers. We already did that!
Yeah, it's true.
That's why we don't do it anymore!
Dude.
Because that's the only reason you would do that.
I just realized
There's
how
no
much of the
other
plane would
reason.
fail too because of the
Man,
poles.
We did it a couple of
Socrates
times.
already figured that
Yeah,
shit
we
out.
figured that shit out like 2,500 years ago by looking at shadows in the sand and being like, yeah, Earth's round.
Yeah, I've decided. I've been looking at this shadow in the sand for
That was
about
a bunch
17
of
hours
hairy
now.
homosexual cave Greeks back in the day. Like that wasn't even.
Yeah, and then
Like-
and when they met flat, you know what the gay Greeks did when they met flat earthers? They wrestled them and fucked them.
That's right.
Fucked some
And
sense
they
into
put
them.
them in their place.
Would you
Fucked
take
so
us?
much sense into them that Greek culture spread across the fucking world by the Mediterranean.
And then they were slow. The Greek men were slowly turned into succulent
Succulent little
succulent Greek
femboys.
boys. Yeah,
Succulent little femboys by the Romans, the big Chad Romans, and the succulent Greek femboys.
Would you take a job that pays $300,000?
hold on. I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that the succulent Greek boys that the Romans often had in stories are the Roman propaganda, because the Romans like to pretend that they were the Trojans from the Trojan War, right?
Yeah.
So, like, do you think them having a lot of, like, in their stories and stuff, having a lot of Greek boys, sissy boys and all that was just Roman propaganda of, yeah, we were the Trojans.
Yeah, we
and
were pretty
and
much-
in the end,
we
got
fucked boys,
yeah,
too. That's right. We got bussy
fucked
here.
the Greeks.
Yeah, we got bussy here.
I'd say maybe like a little half and half.
Half and half.
Like some just wanted a little
You got some
a little Twinkie
some Twinkie Greek boys.
Greek bussy on the side,
yeah.
but it's some
little
of it might
shield
have been a little
carrier with
propaganda.
a little donk on him,
Good. I always loved in like old stories, after the Christians tried to make everything not gay, where they'd be like, and he met with his best friend in their secret tunnel that they hung out in and played Monopoly.
Yes, this 37-year-old man, his best friend, is a supple 15-year-old boy.
Yep. The one that they talk about how smooth his legs are. bar. Yeah, they were best friends.
We took out about 85 lines about how smooth his legs were.
And they held hands,
so there's only 45
looking each
lines
other in
left.
the eyes, getting closer, closer, saying, "Golly gee, Jim, I sure do love being your best friend."
And then they put their foreheads together and started praying to Jesus.
This is a true Goosebumps novel right here.
Oh, yes.
And then his eyes started bleeding hyper-realistically.
Turns into a creepypasta.
Yeah, hyper-realistically. I love that fucking phrase from fucking old creepypasta. Oh, it turns me off immediately. But
Their
I do love
eyes
laughing
always
at it.
bleed. Why can it never be like their nose or it's always their eyes bleed or every orifice. It's
Yeah.
never like just their nose or like their mouth.
How much would somebody have to pay you per year for you to have a job where you sit in a pitch black room for 20 hours, 5 days a week?
5 days a week for
20
hours?
20 hours a day.
$100
You get to
an hour.
leave for 4 hours, and then you have to go back.
Can I choose how long I have to work there? Well, no, because then I would just, I would work there for 1 day for $100 million
Yes.
or something.
Yeah. You have to work for a year.
Okay.
$100 an hour.
$100 an hour?
Hold on.
It's
I need a
not even
calculator
that-
for
that's
because
not
I
even
wanna
that
see
much,
how much
Will.
money that ends up being. Okay,
That would be somewhere in the ballpark
here
of
we go.
$215,000.
This is pretty easy. 365 days a year times 20 hours a day times $100. That would be $730,000.
That's not bad.
$730,000.
Yeah.
That's what $100 an hour comes out to.
Yeah, if you're doing it 20 hours a day. Oh wait,
Oh,
no, it would
20
be
hours.
less than that. It would be less than that.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on.
you're doing an hourly wage. This isn't an hourly wage. This is salary. This is
said
you get.
$100 an hour.
I know, but
And I assume it's hourly then.
yeah, I know, but it's salary obviously because they're paying you for a chunk of a year.
It's true. I'm
Like,
blue
you're not
collar.
getting-
I only know things in hourly aspects.
Yeah, he's never had a salary job, so his
No.
brain just immediately went to it has to be how much I make per hour.
Okay, well then.
So he has no like context for how much that is. He was just like,
Hold on.
hey, man, it would be sweet if I got. Imagine that, man. If I got paid $100 an hour, shit, I'll sit in that dark room, feller. I sure will.
All right,
You're
there's
right.
52. There's 52.14
Work weeks in the year.
work weeks in a year.
Yes.
So we're going to multiply.
You can
that
just Google how much is $100
by,
an hour per year. That's what I
40,
do.
and then multiply that by 100.
Eric's got to do the math.
That would actually only net you $208,000.
Yeah, I said it's
It's not
somewhere.
bad.
Yeah,
I take it.
That's not bad for a regular job, but for mind-numbing blackness.
mind-numbing blackness for 20 hours
It's
a
just
day.
you practicing for when you die.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I don't think you need to practice to die. I think that is basically inevitable, regardless of how much effort.
No, he's
you put
talking about
into
you'll
it.
be sitting in a pitch black room creating your own universe.
Oh well, yeah, but
You would
won't
be going
have the power
insane.
to create your own
Why wouldn't
universe
you just
yet.
go to sleep?
You would for most of it, I'm
20
sure.
hours?
20
I
hours,
mean, yes,
though?
I would be very active during that 4 hours for sure. But yeah,
Hey,
no, I'm just.
you remember the SCP stuff? Speaking
yes,
of like dark
course.
rooms and shit. Okay,
Still read that. Shit
I don't remember if I
occasionally.
was like I talked about this, but I was reading some stories. And did you ever read the story about the dude who teleports to alternate dimensions?
Yes, but he does so completely like randomly.
And then what about that one where like he's in like the dark room, and then he turns on a flashlight, and it's just a dude like 2 inches from his face, like smiling at him.
Oh yeah, God.
Oh god, that was the scariest shit. And then
guy
like he
just-
goes back and he's like, "Why'd you leave?" And oh god, fuck, I hate it.
The guy just his problem is he just randomly teleports to different random dimensions, and it's completely spontaneous. He never knows when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the Foundation has up until this point absolutely no way to stop him. So their only discourse thus far is finding him when he comes back and giving him equipment to help him survive his potential issues.
I would just kill myself. I mean, like,
He considered it, I think.
he's
but
considered it. He's what I think like in the canon, what his story is right now is he's trying to become a SCP researcher.
SCP fucking canon's so fucking stupid. That's
Well,
so
it's
You
not.
would just kill yourself.
Oh,
Any
yeah, probably.
logical human being.
In fairness, a lot of them do.
Yeah.
in better fairness, killing yourself is not always a way out in
That's
the SCP
true,
universe.
too.
That might actually be worse.
In fact, it might just be worse.
Yep, nope. Some of those things will definitely kill you,
And
but
take
you
your
will
soul.
still be conscious or something worse. Like it's.
It will take your soul.
Yeah, you have no idea. Just there's like a ball of like razor wire and like barbed wire and old blades and stuff that if you
Just
ever
hell.
and fish hooks and stuff like that too. If you touch it, it will entangle on your hand, and as you try to untangle it, it'll get more tangled until you bleed out.
That's just like the Saw pit from Saw 2.
That is the saw pit.
Yeah. There's a Saw 2. Is that Saw 2? Saw 3? I don't remember which Saw that
Saw
is.
8.
You know, they
Saw
actually
8.
tried to kill 682 with that thing once.
682. You want to tell me, viewers?
You know which one 682 is.
Viewers,
Would you-
this is a secret code. Be paying attention.
Yeah, if you know who 682 is, you'll find this interesting because obviously he. Well, you know what? No spoilers. Go read it.
682
Or it is
41.
682 elimination log or whatever it is.
What's
in
the
there.
prisoner's
It's fine.
number from Les Miserables?
I have no
Fuck
idea.
if I remember.
Oh, okay,
I have no clue.
that's
I don't
fair.
like Les
None
Miserables.
of
I've
you
never
were-
seen it.
None of you are women.
Yeah, that's true.
I saw
I
it.
am
Do you think-
gay.
do you think
however,
Kira knows it?
I saw it when I
No.
was like 17 or 18.
Reed does.
And I like.
He's enough of a woman to
I was,
know
like,
it.
blank-faced
Reed's
through
a
the whole
fucking
Hold on.
woman, dude.
Text Reed and see if he knows it.
It's late at night.
What time is it?
It's
What time is
8:20. It's 8:20. I
Oh,
bet
yeah,
he's
he's
asleep.
awake. He's awake.
You think so?
Yeah, he goes to bed at 9.
What are we gonna do if he answers
Well,
and
just
says
text
the right
him.
thing?
Well, we're gonna make fun of him, of course.
We'll call him a
being
bitch.
a lady.
Yeah, for calling a woman. Would you wish to travel to the future and be present at your own funeral if possible?
Yeah, I'd pull a Metal Gear Solid.
Just standing there in the fucking
I mean,
crowd.
Actually, that'd be pretty sweet. Like,
Yeah,
it-
but
like, I
imagine
could-
scaring the shit out of your parents.
Yeah, but I
Why
could
would your
like,
parents be there?
I could like.
It's your funeral.
They should be dead already.
No, I'm saying like if you die of a tragedy,
You have a
didn't even
very short
consider.
future.
You didn't
Specify.
consider that if you died, like maybe you're gonna find
of
out that
your
you
loved
died
ones-
next week. Like, did you not consider that part?
Oh, I didn't consider
No.
it being an information grab because
Yeah,
you go,
it's
now
it's
I know when I
scary.
die.
and how, and who will still be alive. Like, if like you could find out that you got a divorce. Or like you could find out that you lost and went paraplegic for like 8 months, or that you were in a coma.
I think it would be kind of nice because I could give closure
See,
to my relatives.
that's why I would do the
whoever
Metal
were
Gear
left.
Solid thing.
I
I,
mean,
wouldn't
it'd be
talk to
scary
any
for
of
me,
these
but,
people.
eh.
I'd just stand there stoically.
Still, you're gonna see like the pamphlet or like the picture that they've got up of you, and
I
see
hope
how
they
old you
do.
are.
I hope
Well,
the
what's
one
the point
thing.
of going if you're not gonna fucking like try and figure out what's going on?
I
Then like, why go?
think it's the information grab. Like, it's basically, do you want to know how you die?
You guys are
and
turning.
when?
You guys are turning this into.
You're the one doing creepy pastas.
has-
I'm just
thinking of it
giving you
being more of
something
an
more to
you
work
guys are
with.
turning this into like a fucking. I gotta get something out of this. Just enjoy it.
I was thinking of it as an emotional
Just
catharsis
have
for
a
my
moment.
loved ones.
Yeah, just have a
I could
moment.
help
You ain't gotta
them.
get anything from this.
I thought
Have a
about that, but
fucking
that would
moment.
probably just scare them,
It
and
would
they'd
scare
probably.
them at
What do you
first,
mean? Don't
but
tell them who you are.
What do you mean? They're gonna
They're gonna
recognize.
They're not
recognize
gonna
me.
recognize you.
What do you mean? And you're in the crowd at your own funeral. How many people do you think
You
are
know,
going to be at your funeral,
You
dude?
put on a trench coat and a fedora.
Then
You look
can't-
like 3 children stacked in
No.
a trench coat.
The whole
but that's just
point
what you looked like
is
before you
revealing
died.
who you are, so that you can console them as yourself.
What? No.
Yes.
No, the
of
whole
course.
point is to
Then
stand
you're
there
just a creepy
stoically
stranger.
and to maybe shoot a patriot gun in the air when it's over.
Bro, this is the South. You come up to my funeral being all creepy like that, you're gonna get in trouble.
It's not your funeral. It's
Like,
my
the police
funeral,
will
Eric.
get called.
Like the kind of friends I've made over my lifetime, if you did that at my funeral, you would be in likelihood of being assaulted or shot. Yeah, they would be like, "Who is this disrespectful dickhead?
Yeah.
Nobody knows over here in the corner who's
I
about
hope-
to get his fucking ass."
Yeah, why are
beat."
you assuming that they wouldn't recognize you? If you just stood there stoically at your own funeral, you're
know,
assuming
man.
no
Are you
one
covering
would
your
see
face?
you.
Because I would
You
do.
said he was in
I
a
would,
trench
I would
coat.
do the Ninja Turtle thing.
A trench
You would
coat-
do the Ninja Turtle
Yeah,
hat
yeah,
down.
yeah.
You're just a giant, like, you're just
pull
a
your
giant
wide-brimmed fedora down over your
green
face.
fat lip sticking
Again,
out.
that guy would get pulled out of my funeral.
Yeah.
like
Well, it's
that.
not your funeral, is it? It's
Yes,
my
it is.
funeral.
It's my funeral.
It's
No.
my funeral.
He's just-
Exactly.
Well, no.
Will, if you go to your own funeral dressed like a Ninja Turtle, then
family would
I
kick that
and
guy
Eric will kick your ass. I just want you to know, just in case this opportunity presents itself to you later, Eric and I will kick your ass.
We are still in contact and friends when you die, and we attend your funeral, and some guy in a trench coat's in the corner. And me and Patrick would be like, "Who is this disrespectful dickhead over here?" Dressed like fucking Michelangelo from the 1990s fucking Turtles.
Reading the newspaper and smoking a giant cigar.
Let's kick his fucking ass.
Yeah, let's kick his ass, dude.
Kick his ass.
Let's kill him. You guys want to kill a guy?
I feel pissed off right now.
There's only one thing I
Friend
want
died.
at my funeral.
What?
And it's for the song Staying Alive, the Spanish version, to be played.
Why?
Because it's hilarious.
Why Spanish, though?
It's really good.
Okay. that was just better.
That's the better version.
Yeah. I really like that one. I want the Macarena to be played at my funeral. I want to dance in Mexican lady.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La cucaracha.
Imagine
That
your
means the
fucking
cockroach,
parents,
by the
me
way.
going up on fucking stage and being like, this was his last wish. And I play Spanish Staying Alive in a rural Mississippi funeral. And probably in a church, let's be honest. It's probably in a church somewhere.
No, it needs to be some like disgustingly bubblegum flavored J-pop or something like that.
Just play my Spotify playlist.
Yeah. Is just X gonna give it to you? What's the worst song to play at a funeral?
I'm sure there's plenty of good picks
I
for
like
that.
Big Butts and I Cannot Lie. Is it Sir Mix-a-Lot?
If he was a silly individual, that might make his friends and family have some wholesome laughter.
Baby Shark.
Ooh,
Yes,
Baby
that's
Shark's
pretty
a
bad.
bad one.
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
to be fair, if it's an infant, that would be in terrible taste.
the Pokemon intro song.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died not looking both ways before crossing the street while playing Pokemon Go.
what's-
I thought you were gonna say he was like 8. He just didn't know.
I didn't
What's-
say he wasn't
what's the
8.
one
I
where
just
it's
say
like,
he
let the
died playing
bodies hit the
Pokemon Go.
What?
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Drowning pool. What the bodies hit the floor. That's it's a pretty bad one. What time are we at? Are we at time?
I don't know.
We're probably at time. Yeah, we're at 56 minutes.
No, that's respectable.
That's a respectable amount of time.
That's
No.
respectable.
Hey, that's a good average length worth of time. You
That's right.
don't have anything to be ashamed of.
Patrick, don't feel bad. You did good. You just editing, Patrick. You did fine. Don't worry about it. If this episode isn't any good, just scrap it and then put it up on the Patreon.
Just
It's
like
that
every
simple.
day, the only thing we have to be ashamed of is Will's sister.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
God, I can't. Every time I think about her, dude.
Oh, man.
Gives me that
I
pit
forgot
feeling
we're
in
gonna-
my stomach.
Yeah.
Right?
I forgot we were going
Like,
to talk about that dead animal.
Well, this has been the Anything Cast. I'm Patrick,
I'm Eric.
I'm Will.
and we'll talk to you guys next time.
I love you.